Hi, thanks for watching. It's the Lipstick Gal, and I wanted to share with you today some of the products that have disappointed me the most. And there's a small mix of more affordable, but a lot of high-end things in here, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, the first thing I wanted to start with are complexion products. The first thing that I was expecting a lot more of, and I didn't get, is from The Ordinary, their Colors line. This is their serum foundation. I know a lot of people love this foundation. The problem I had with this is that it started to break up within like 4 hours of putting it on. And I tried it with various other primers and nothing ever really seemed to help it. I love that it's really sheer, it looks like skin, but it didn't wear well on my skin type, and I have combination skin type. Another product for me was this Lancome, the Teint Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. And this is supposed to be a really matte, long wearing, it says it in the name, product. And I find that it does really well. It looks like skin in most places, but the problem I'm having with so many of my foundations is that my nose becomes a little bit of an oil slick. And I was hoping that a matte stick formula would help kind of combat that problem. And I still have a lot of breakup in that area. And I have other foundations that I think work better at a lower cost. This is in the $40 range, and you're not even getting a full ounce with this. This is another, I don't know why I bought this. I was at Nordstrom and I was looking into the Clé de Peau stick concealer that is like $70 and everybody raves about it, and they didn't have a shade light enough for me. Well, the person who was helping me happened to be from the Chantecaille the counter, and she said, we definitely have a color that would suit you. And this is one of those that comes in a little, brush tip clicky applicator. I don't have a problem with the packaging. I think the packaging is fine. This is the Le Camouflage Stylo Anti-Fatigue Correction Pen. And because I have really serious dark circles, this didn't even touch it. Like on days if all I wanted to do was put a little bit of this on like maybe some of my hyperpigmentation spots around the corners of my nose, it worked really well, but my purpose was finding something that would camouflage my under eye. And I don't know if there are light reflective qualities to this, but whatever it was, and I paid a lot for it, like 50 bucks, almost 50 bucks, I didn't find it to be worth it. And you're getting a very, very small amount. You're getting 0.06 mils. Or ounces, 0.06 mils, 1.8 milliliters. I mean, there's like nothing in here. It's less than a lipstick. And I found that this just didn't work for me. Here's a drugstore product that I thought looked really cool, and I have not been able to get it to work successfully for me. This is from Maybelline. It's Brow Precise Perfecting Highlighter. And it comes with this angled tip. And the whole idea is you're supposed to be able to just, and maybe above as well, and just carve them out. And maybe I'm just not good at carving things out without getting like product all up in there, not getting the precise line. And I thought because it had more of this like, special angled tip that it would really make things easy for me. I found that it really didn't. All right, from there, let's talk some face products. One of the ones, now I think this powder from Glossier, this is their Wowder, is fantastic. I love the packaging. I love that it has one of these stoppers in the cap and the little net here. The only problem I have with this is that even though this is listed as light, it's light medium, and I feel that what they're trying to do with this product is cover a variety of skin tones. I applaud them for going for one that's like deep dark, because normally what happens is you'll have enough complexion products for people with a light to medium skin tone and not enough in a good color shade for those with deep to dark skin tones. And I think that their deep to dark is pretty good. I mean, if you have used it, let me know. But I found that this is not light enough for me, and it makes my foundation, my concealer, even though it sets things beautifully, it really, really, really does help keep my skin looking fresh, especially on warmer days. I found that this is not light enough for me. So I would love to see them go like a fair light, and then maybe light medium, medium dark, and then dark deep. Maybe just another on the other side, because I think the product is fantastic. The shade range just doesn't match me. This is something I picked up last summer. It was from Lancome's summer collection. It has a really pretty compact. This is their Belle de Teint bronzer, Blush Harmony Sun-Kissed Effect. This is their shade number 1, Patio Mediterranean. It's beautiful. Now, there's nothing wrong with the products. There's nothing wrong with the formula. I just find, because if you look at it, you have one shade here, one shade here, one shade here, one shade here. I have to swirl the blushes to get a, because I can't get my brush in one of these sections. They're just too small. And then to get any of the bronzer, it's too difficult. I end up getting in the blush. And if I were to swirl the whole thing together, maybe it would work great that way. But the way I've been trying to use it is to get a smaller size brush kind of in there, pinpoint and use it. And it's really difficult to use. And the product itself is beautiful. I just find that I don't reach for it for its difficulty in use. Oh, by the way, you see this? Sorry. It's really hot in my house today, so I put my hair up and I forgot that this is my hair growing out from where my head was shaved right after Thanksgiving for my brain surgeries. I've had 3 brain surgeries in the last 6 months. I'll link it up below up here, not below, if you want to see what was going on. But so if you see this little fluff here, yeah, it's still off my neck. It's that short, but it's not attractive. Okay. All right. Other problems that this right here, Charlotte Tilbury's Bar of Gold. I thought the packaging, I love the rose goldness of it, but I thought it was, since it's just cardboard, there's no mirror. This is a $42 product. I thought it was a lot, and my dog Thursday. Really, compared to the rest of her packaging, I thought that they could have done a lot better. Second of all, this color, although it's really pretty here, and when you swatch it, I find that it tends to be a little on the glittery side. And I don't seem to care for it as much as the highlight from the Film Star Bronze and Glow and from her 5-minute makeup in a palette, 5-minute look in a palette. I like those highlighters better. This one, not my favorite. Another one that I liked and then I realized I didn't reach for anymore is this one here from Benefit. This is their Dandelion Twinkle. And it's a really pretty shade. I'm not going to lie and say that it's not. I just find that it's right here. It's not something that I reach for. And would I really have spent how much are these? $30 or $32 a box? I don't know that it's worth that. I think that there are better drugstore alternatives to something like this. This is a really nice, really soft highlight. It's a little more on the neutral to natural side and not quite so blinding. And I tend to like things like that. I just don't seem to reach for this. I don't like it. Now, this is a product that I think the people at the Lancome counter just tried to sell me as a highlight. This is before they came out with their dual intensity highlights and their liquid highlights. This is one of their Blush Subtil Shimmers. It's supposed to be a blush, but look at this shade. I should show it to you this way. Is that a blush? Is that a blush? And because it does have a subtle shimmer to it, but you can hardly tell. You really can't use this as any sort of it's supposed to be right here, but you really can't tell. It just looks like my skin. Any sort, and I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. I was thinking, I could use it as an all over, a illuminizing powder all over my face because I like my skin to look like skin. I'll look a little bit more on the dewy side. I don't know what I was thinking and why I paid, $35, $38 for this. And you don't even get that much. It's an itty bitty, teeny tiny little half pan. And the brush is stupid. Okay, I don't like these. I've had other colors that are more blush shades that work really well. They wear well. But this one here, this is in their 202 Shimmer Touche Lumiere. I don't speak French. That's just my impersonation of it. But I don't care for it. I don't like it. All right, from there. Another highlight palette and this is the Colourpop. I Like Your Face. It's just that these were too glittery for me. They're beautiful. And this came out shortly after the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero collaboration did, and there were a lot of similar colors. But I find that they just have too much fine glitter. And at 43, that's not what I'm looking for on my face. I can use these on my eyes, nice, but I just don't tend to reach for them because they look very, very similar when I use them in an eyeshadow look. So I tend not to do that. All right, another product, and I spent a lot on this one. This was one of those, I don't know if it was limited edition or if they still carry it. It's from Hourglass. The packaging is beautiful. This is their Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush Palette. And it has 3 of the blushes in here. And these blushes have not just the ambient lighting powder in them, they have their strobe highlight in them. And they're beautiful. I mean, they're really pretty. The only problem I have is that these also tend to look very glittery on my cheeks, and that's not a look that I'm going for. So, not a fan. This one I don't think is a surprise to anybody. It's the Sweet Peach. I find that I end up getting hard pan on both the blush and the bronzer, and I just tend not to reach for it because sometimes I feel like I really have to scrub my brush in there to get any sort of color payoff, and I don't want to work that hard. I still have it. Still smells very intensely peach. I love the packaging. It's adorable, but I don't reach for it. All right. This one was hard for me. I got this one during the holidays. It was Natasha Denona Holiday 2. This is the Aries palette. And I just find, I like the new streamlined packaging. I like that a lot. But I just find that these colors the glitters, they tend to have a little more fallout. Even when I use like a primer on my eyes. And what I loved so much is that I have another one of hers. This is one of her 5-pan palettes. This is palette number 2. These colors here, this is the old packaging. I've had this for a little more than a year. I find that I don't have to wear any sort of concealer or anything on the eyes to kind of make this work. I do with this, and then I still get fallout from colors like this, and even the blue, and I don't want little blue glitter specks underneath my eyes. So I have to work really hard to use this, but I love the colors in here. I just find that sometimes it's more effort than I find it to be worth. Another glitter fallout product for me, and a lot of people love this product, and I have tried it in various ways, and I don't reach for it because it's so high maintenance, not because I don't think it's beautiful, is the Steal It Glitter and Glows. This one here is in Smoldering Satin. I mean, it's gorgeous. And this is totally, like, if I'm going to wear glitter, I want it to look like that. But it doesn't stay on my eye. I end up with massive glitter chunks down here, and I bought this right when they launched. And I don't know if they have changed their formula, because these have been out for more than a year now. Now they have the Glisten and Glow. I just can't get this to work for me without finding all sorts of glitter down here. And I want to put my makeup on and basically forget it. The only thing I ever want to really worry about is, do I need to blot and do I need more lipstick? But when I have to start futzing with eyeshadow, it's just too much. All right, from there, my last set of disappointing products are lip products. And I'm going to just show you 3 of them at a time here because I was expecting these to be more hydrating because I heard they had been more hydrating and less of like a Sahara. I've always wanted to love a liquid lipstick, and I just can't. This one here is from Jouer, and it's a beautiful color. This is Bronze Rose. It's fantastic. The applicator is nice. The formula is creamy, but 2 hours in, I feel like my lips turn into the Sahara Desert. That's not what I'm looking for. This is from By Terry. This is the Terribly Velvet Rouge, number 1. This is a really interesting kind of hourglass applicator. I find it a little bit more difficult. It's a pretty color. I don't find that this is one that I like the feel of on my lips. And this last one here is a Makeup Geek. This is their Plush Matte, and this is in the shade Party Girl. I love a bright, vibrant lip. But this one here, you know, I remember hearing Marlena talk about how these were not going to be drying, how these, you know, that's why they're named the Plush, you know, they're Plush Matte. I didn't like the formula. The last 2 I bought at the same time, and about at the same time I bought that Chantecaille concealer. But these are 2 Clé de Peau lipsticks. One is a lip gloss, and I like the lip gloss, but for the price, and I don't remember what it was like, you know, more than $35, $38, because most of these luxury lip products are in that range or more. I just found that it wasn't all that. The packaging is gorgeous, I'm not gonna lie. I like how it has this faceted look to it, how you have the ombre from black to what the actual color is in here. And this is shade 11. This is their Radiant Liquid Rouge, and I think it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful gloss and I wear it, but I'll never buy another one. They're just too darn expensive. Now, this was a serious letdown to me. This is, it doesn't even say on the packaging, because guess what? You have to buy this packaging separate. This is the lipstick right here. And this is going to run you $40-something. And then this plastic packaging, plastic. I couldn't believe it. And they didn't have it when I was there at Nordstrom. They said, oh, we'll ship it to you. And I was expecting something like the Guerlain Rouge, where it's, that Rouge G line is very heavy. It's very luxe. I was expecting reusable packaging. I remember when Hourglass years ago used to have lipsticks that you could refill and keep reusing the case. Those were beautiful, heavy duty, metal, like they were weighty. And this, I must have paid almost $70 for these two things together. The plastic component that now I can't seem to snap it back into. And the color is beautiful, but I'll never buy another Clé de Peau lipstick. I just don't think they're worth the price. And if this is supposed to be luxury, why is it plastic? And why does it feel like maybe a less than $1 component from China? Sorry, that's just how I feel. So these are the products that I have spent money on, most of them more expensive, that I feel have really let me down. What are the products that you're like, I can't believe I spent my money on that? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.